Sawa sawa. Sawa sawa jamani, naishi hapa penzi lako naishi hapa naishi hapa naishi hapa. Oh, gee, 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 gee. Wait. Hello, my people. How are you doing? How are you doing, my people? I hope you are good. You are great. I am sitting very gentle in my bed because it is very delicate and I don't want to break it. I don't want to break my bed. Oh, yes. You know, I was making this bed and it reminded me of one of my friends. You know, we were in primary together and you know, I have this behavior of clinging onto people. And if I like you as a friend, I will be very close to you. I will be too close to you. Now I can remember I have few of my friends who I've been like very close to them. And sometimes I am close to someone, but they are not close to me. I call them friends. I don't know if that is how childhood used to be, or is just my behavior, you know. Now I have several friends in primary school. I've been to almost four primary school. One was in Mombasa. For those who know Mombasa, my primary school was in Freetown Primary School. And I left Freetown Primary School. I went to, is that light okay, or I don't need it? I really don't know. I left Freetown. Let me know if you want to pass, yeah? Yeah. I left Freetown Primary School and then I went to Chemelil Primary School. That is in Nyanza. And then I went to Muhoroni Primary School, you know, Buru. And then I went to, after Muhoroni, I went to Hadija Primary School. This one person moving to all these schools, you know, I am blessed. I am very blessed. Anywho, now all these schools I've had friends, and these friends, I make sure that I go and visit you in your house. That's how terrible I am. If you are close to me, I will try and know who is your mama, who is your daddy, where do you live, you know, what is your problem, how can I help you. I am that kind of a person. Yes. Now, I went to visit one of my friends. She lives in Kisauni. Holy, my God. You know what? There are people suffering out there. I thought that I was going through a wrath. I thought I was going through a tough time. But there's people out there who are going through horrible, horrible time. They are suffering. When I was making this bed and the live was on, I just remember that friend of mine whom I followed. I followed her. I don't know if she did not want me to go to her house, or she was happy for me to go. You know, when you're in primary school, sometimes you just end up doing stuff. I don't know if she was happy or she was not happy. I have no idea. Me, what I want to know, you are my friend and I want to know where you are living. Where are you living? Do you know, I found out that they have a very tiny house. Very tiny house. The place does not look like slums, but it's kind of a slum. You know, Mombasa, they know how to build their houses. but some places are a little bit chaotic. But I think they managed to find a space. It seems like that house was there for so many years, and the house looked like it's one room. These people cook outside with firewood. This is in Mombasa. They cook outside. You know, yes, my grandma used to cook outside with firewood in Mombasa too. Now that is not a problem. They cook outside with firewood. They have one room. It is a muddy house, muddy house. And it happened that this friend of mine, her mom have like, I don't know, 10 children or 8, if I'm not wrong. It's just that, you know, fertile women, fertile ladies, you know. And oh my goodness, that is not a problem. My shock was when I enter somewhere where I believe that was the bedroom or that was the main house. I'm kind of confused. But my memory shows me that was the bedroom. Do you know, this friend of mine, they have piles and piles and piles of clothes tied on a lasso, and these clothes, they sleep on top of it, on top of this pile of clothes. That's where they sleep. And it is a mixture of boys and girls. Now I don't know where the boys were sleeping, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I was shocked to see that. It was my first time to see something like that. That does not mean that I was sleeping in a good bed where I was coming from, my house, you know, because we just had this kind of metal bed. I remember we had a metal bed. You know, when you have this metal which does not rust, and it's just there. It never rust, it never break, and it's just a lifetime. Those kind of lifetime furniture, metal, proper metal. But this metal bed of ours, the problem was mattress. The mattress was super torn and finished and thin, because when I was in a primary school, I used to wet myself. I think that is something which is in our family, you know. Somebody just wet themselves until a certain age there. Maybe you, I don't know in what age, but that is in my family, you know. Now, I'm not saying that this one, yes, this one shocked me, but it doesn't mean that I was sleeping in a much better place. Now, I was making the bed of mine. I was making this bed, and my brain just thought of this friend of mine. Anyway, and it reached. There was a time we went to the village to visit my great grandma. God bless her soul. Right now, she's passed away. Then there was a funeral on the other side, on a kind of a neighborhood. There was a funeral. And you know, this funeral of Luo people, you stay there until you get tired, and now you want to sleep, or maybe you want to go home and there's nobody to take you home. It is dark, it's scary, and now you just want to find a space and, you know, squash yourself and sleep. Now there you go, another surprise. I found these Luo Liu children sleeping on a cow skin, and this cow skin is bent like this, like a letter L. Now you have to put it on a direction whereby you don't feel the cold, because you don't have sheet to cover yourself. Now that was a shock for me. I was surprised because it was my first time to see this cow skin and people are sleeping on it. You just have to put it down on the floor and that's it. That's the bed. Yes. Now, there are just some things in this life which we have all these luxurious which which have come up. Now you have all this big screen of TV, big bed, big mattress, comfortable mattress, everything. You see people are making their bedroom to look amazing, very good. But sincerely speaking, these are just vanity. These are just things which we 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 use them, and it reaches a time you die, and when you die, you don't take nothing. Anything you own, your car, your money, your what, your clothes, you leave everything, and you just get buried or you get cremated, and your story is finished. Mm? And that just humbled me. It really, really humbled me. When I see things like that, I'm just saying, oh, God, you are great. God, you're wonderful. You know? Like now you can see our politician, I just watch when Sifuna was talking about this budget, I don't know, billion something something, and it seemed like there's money there which don't add up. And when Sifuna is trying to talk, his mic get muted. It's really sad when people have money and they turn like animals. Now they turn like something else. I see the way our president is talking, like say nay, the other ones just shut up. I say, oh my God, is that how you talk to people whom you call your children? You are the president, now you are a father, and you need to talk nicely to your children, because when you get old, who is going to look after you? When you are no longer a president, who is going to look after you? It's not about being in the throne. It's about after the throne. How will people take care of you? They say that you know a man when they're in the power. That's when you know their real behavior. When a husband have money, that's when you see their real behavior. When a wife have money, that's when you see the real attitude, how they behave. That will show you their personality. Now presidents say, oh, I've made the stadium. By the look of it, that stadium, it needs drainage to be sorted. The drainage need to be done. There is work which still need to be done there. Mm-hmm. People are just giving tax, but there's no drainage in the capital city. People are giving tax, but they cannot get medication. People are giving tax, but they cannot get good roads. People are giving tax, but there is no salaries. Hmm? You can see Ibrahim Traore is trying. Ibrahim Traore is going up to the mashinani. Ibrahim Traore is, having all this mobile hospital running around. Where is he getting the money? Why is he buying all these buses? Why is he doing all this progress? And you can see that the Burkina Faso citizens are actually willing to volunteer and work. Now Kenya, we need to volunteer and work for our country. Let him take the money, but you people, you need to volunteer. You need to work together. The way that guy said that nobody owns the land. This land belongs to God. Nobody has a title deed for this land, for this world. No one's have a title deed for this. We were born in this world and we found out the land is there. And when we die, we leave the land. But it happened that now people have authority over it. People have authority over everything. Everything is money, 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 money. Everything. Who created money? Where did money come from? Where was money before? It used to be goods and services, the exchange of goods and services. But now it's money. Who created this thing called money to control the world? To make people go insane? Why should other people eat so much, have lots of food in the house, and others starve? Why should other people live in good houses and others live in slums? Why should other people have their medical in abroad and other people are not entitled to have medication because they don't have money? Or they sleep in the floor in the hospital? Why? Why should this happen? Why can't we just share this bread for all of us? Why can't we just be equal? Why can't Kenya, why can't you just have a system where others can get benefit for basic needs? Why? We are blessed. We have so many tourists coming in our country. So many tourists are coming in our country. Some are just getting robbed when they arrive in the airport. And why are they getting robbed? Because you don't pay the airport staff enough money. You don't pay them good money. If you pay them good money, they will not have the desire, to be asking for money from tourists. We have good money from tourists. We have good money from resources. We have good money from what else? From our agriculture. We have very good soil. Good soil. I was in Chemelil. Chemelil is all sugarcane. It's all sugarcane. There is Mumias. There is Miwani. There was Mumias. There was Miwani. There was Moroni. There is Chemelil. There was, I don't know which one. Ramisi. All of them are just collapsed. Hmm? What are we supposed to do? What is the solution? Tufanye nini? Tufanye nini ndio maisha yetu yawe mazuri, ndio mtu afurahie atakuwa Mwafrika? Tufanyeje? Hmm? Mbona nchi zengine, angalia sasa Rwanda, ni Rwanda sasa imeka train. Rwanda imeka train, you can move from one place to another. Angalia Morocco na train yao, mbona si tukusikuwe na kama hiyo ya Morocco? Hao wanatumiaje pesa hao? Hao wanatumia pesa zao aje? Mbona si tusitumie hizo pesa hivyo? Wenye wako na akili, wenye wamesoma, wenye wanajua mahesabu. Mbona sisi tusiwe na maendeleo kama wale wenzetu? Kuna watu tu wamekaa tu, wao ni kumtetea tu rais, kumtetea. Hata kama amefanya kitu kibaya bado mnamtetea. Hata kama amefanya kitu unaona hii ni mbaya bado unamtetea. Haujengi taifa, unabomoa taifa, kwa sababu wananchi watanyamaza, alafu itafika mahali watafietuka, na wakifietuka nchi itachomeka, kama vile Raila alikuwa anasema all the time, nchi itachomeka. Kwani mnataka nchi ichomeke? I'm just asking. Kuna nyumba mnaweza kujenga tu nyumba vizuri, unajenga. Ukishajenga nyumba, mnatoa wale watu wako kwa slum, mnawaeka hawa kwenye hizi nyumba ambazo mnaziita affordable. Alafu hizi za slum zibomolewe. Ambaye za slum zibomolewe, kwa sababu huwezi kubomoa kama bado kuna watu ndani. Lazima hiyo ni mambo ya mpangilio. Mnajenga wanahama, mnajenga wanatoka, mnajenga, and then hizi za slum hata zikibomolewa hawatapiga kelele, kwa sababu itakuwa at least they have decent place to live. That's what I'm thinking. But I know there is a better way how you can do these things. There is a better way how these things can be done. And people need to have like benefit. There is single mom out there who need childcare. Wapate usaidizi. Hii ndio maana unaona kuna wamama wamechukua watoto wameweka kwa paper bag wamewatupa, kwa sababu hawana otherwise. Ajua mdilia nani, watu wako stranded. Na nyinyi huku mnatembea na magari makubwa, mnavaa viatu bei ghali, mnavaa manguo masuti bei ghali. Yani mnachukua pesa, hata sijui mnazipeleka wapi. I don't know ni mpango gani mko nao na hizi pesa. I don't know ni mpango gani mko nayo, kwa sababu kama tuseme tuanze kuhesabu kitu ambacho rais wetu amefanya: stadium, barabara, nyumba za affordable, nini tena? Mi sijui. I don't know. Please let me know. I really don't know. I don't know nini tena amefanya. Mamangu yahitaji matibabu, na matibabu yake yaulizia dawa 15,000. Nauliza mtu ambaye anapata hata shida ya pesa ya kukula na ni mgonjwa, anatoa wapi shilingi 15,000 ya kununua dawa? Tuwe na ubinadamu. Kuna leo na kuna kesho. Nchi sio rahisi kuwa kiongozi wa nchi, lakini ni vizuri kama tufanya kazi sote kwa pamoja. Wa Rwanda wanatoka wanafagia nchi yao, Pia sisi we need to do that. We need to Ondoka hapo nje kwako, fagia mtaro, barabara, river, whatever, fagia. Kila mtu achangamke, and then it's gonna, maybe life is gonna be good when we start doing that. Wakenya, yani kuna watu wako Kenya na hawajawahi hata kupata nafasi ya kwenda kuona wanyama, kusherekea vile ambavyo watu wengine wanasherekea, kwa sababu they cannot afford. It's too expensive. Utafikiria kutafuta chakula ama utafikiria kwenda kwenda Masai Mara? What was I talking about anyway? I was talking about my bed. And this is my bed, as you can see. I was talking about my bed. This is my bed. This is where I sleep. For those who you want to come to England, nyinyi ambao mtaka kuja Ulaya, just to let you know that maisha si rahisi. Maisha sio rahisi huko. Nyumba ni bei ghali. Nyumba ni very very expensive. Kwa hivyo kama mtaka kuja huko, just to let you know, it is very expensive. Nyumba kwanza is a killer. Kulipa ni, hey, my God. Lakini kama mtaka kuja, kujeni tu. Kujeni. Mimi nishaketi hapa. Hata sasa natamani kurudi nyumbani for good. Natamani nirudi pia mimi niote jua. Nimemiss jua sasa. Nikuje niote jua kidogo. Na mimi pia ni enjoy mahindi ya kuchoma. Mahindi ya kuchoma. Na maembe. Ni enjoy maembe na mimi pia. Na mananasi. I miss that. Here it is too expensive. I can't afford here. The fruits are very very expensive. Anyway, nimeonyesha kitanda changu na nimewaambia about my friends na nimewaambia about the shock which I got, thinking that, and how I'm clinging to friends. Yeah. And how I just find out some people have tough, very very tough lifestyle out there, but God is always very grateful. God is always good, because no matter how life is, still you have to keep on pushing. You have to keep on, believing that it's gonna get better and better and better. Otherwise, sina mambo mengi ya kusema watu wangu. Thank you very much for your support, for your subscription. I really, really appreciate. May God bless you abundantly and your cup overflow. Take care. This is Judith Orero speaking, and you're watching your Pearls Globe. Bye. Bye-bye. Take care wherever you are. Oh, Lord, have mercy with me. Oh, my God is good. Oh.